Summer, wiffle ball, MLW, Agner crushing bombs.
Swinging a bomb! Agner! Walk-off home run! Oh my god, Jack Agner with another bomb.
What more do you want?
Shout out RJ for his sleeve. This arm's strictly for ripping dingers.
What's the other arm for?
Hello everyone, it's Ben, back again with another video talking about MLW. Go figure. And today we have just passed through June to July and are entering the midpoint of the MLW season, the All-Star Game. I don't really need to tell you any of this, but to set the stage, 2019 has definitely been MLW's biggest and most productive year yet. For longtime fans of the league, you can easily see how the league has evolved by the many changes readily seen in the videos and across social media in general. However, the biggest change to the league, in my opinion, and the topic of today's video incidentally, has been the addition of the new expansion teams, as I talked about in my power rankings video. Now, while I also think it's the biggest change, it also has been paradoxically the most lackluster. And now entering the halfway point of the season, I figure it's time we reassess and take a look at what these new teams have done for the league and what I feel like their overall impact has been this year. So first of all, I'm gonna be blunt, cause that's my job, sorry boys, but these teams have been pretty god-awful. Most of the time as a whole, they look overpowered at the plate, outsmarted in the field, and also just weak-footed pitching, truly lacking the confidence to put down powerhouse offenses. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's be more fair. First-year teams playing together for the first time against experienced players who have also the added benefit of playing together for years, well, it's no contest. So if you actually thought that one of these teams was going to upset the established pecking order of MLW, well, that ain't happening. This year, anyway. And that's the key. As a commissioner, I think in 2019, Kyle is taking some major steps into growing MLW into a national league in the same model of GSWL, for example. And obviously, if you want your league to continue to grow on a national scale, the first immediate step is to add more teams. We're seeing this begin in 2019, and it probably will continue into the coming years as more players continue to come to the league. The biggest deal for a startup league is the bringing in of new players. New players bring in new connections, and more importantly, new potential for fresh talent. Look at a league almost as a farm system. Sure, you're trying to put on great competition and have a good season this year, but also the talent your league cultivates season after season and brings to the table year after year says a lot about you as an organization. Take a look at Palisades, for example. When that league started, the talent level was pretty meh, but after season and season of playing and adding new players, it eventually became arguably the most talented league in the country, and the only way that happens is via expansion. That same expansion I just talked about in the Palisades is happening right now in MLW. So allow me to respond to the comments I've seen absolutely trashing the Gators, the Magic, and the Diamondbacks. A dynasty wasn't built in 4 months. To expect these teams to absolutely run over all the opposition is an unfair expectation. However, the main thing is to look for the progression from player to player and see the potential and face the fact that one day the Wildcats aren't going to be number one. One day there's going to be somebody crushing Kyle's pitching. One day Daniel is not going to be able to blow a super curve by hitters. It's the nature of sports that new competition slowly rises to the top and replaces the previously established order. However, we are a long way from that complete evolution. So, do I think the expansion teams are adding a great amount of competition to the league? Well, other than the series where they're playing each other and duking it out at the bottom of the food chain, not really. But I see them doing their job in their first year of cultivating fresh talent, and that to me is what is more vital. I mean, other than the Swamp Man.
Aim for the bottom half of the ball.
My brain doesn't work that fast.
Straight up legend right there, boys. Looking at some of these players individually, Agner has proved himself to be a very solid team leader, and his ace, Kyle Hook, is proving to have great potential as a starting pitcher. Working off his drop ball, he's worked a 3.07 ERA over 14.2 innings pitched. And while I am on the Magic, let me just say, Agner has picked up right where he left off. hitting 6 home runs to a .351 average. Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks have played decently, not great though. I was very interested to see how the Diamondbacks were going to perform, as they looked like they had previous Wiffle experience, and when I saw them play in MLW's public tournaments, they looked like they brought a certain amount of charisma and professionalism that a straight-up rookie team wouldn't bring. And going into 2019, I still see that potential there with all the players. Aguilar has been getting some very solid at-bats under his belt and looks to have great potential as a reliable hitter. But even more interesting is how well Nareski has been able to pitch. Ignoring his 3 losses, he has only given up 5 hits in 4 starts. Pretty impressive. If he can limit his walks and have more control and confidence with his power pitches, I think he could rival some of the best pitchers right now in MLW, honestly. That leaves us with the Gators, and like I said in my power rankings video, they just have a hard uphill battle. Young players, lack of experience, plus some tough losses have made it a rough start to the Gators franchise. Zerlag has had his moments on the mound, but overall, this team's incredible lack of offense has proved to be their Achilles heel, justified in their 1-8 record thus far. Hopefully, Reichart and Baker will improve at the plate with some more at-bats over the course of the season, but overall, the Gators just have to keep plugging along before they'll become a very competitive squad. And while I may have had more praise for the Magic and for the Diamondbacks, I can say the same of them. They just need to gain more experience. All 3 of these teams just need to gain more experience, but as I said earlier, you can see the seeds being planted and this new talent beginning to come to the forefront of MLW, and that, I think, is pretty exciting. So overall, those are my thoughts and a few opinions on all 3 expansion teams, but more importantly, that's how I feel they fit into MLW in the year 2019. Felt like somebody needed to kind of give them a fair assessment in response to all the flack these teams have been getting, so this video is that response. Hope you guys did enjoy it, and as always, I really want to hear what you guys think, because I'm sure all of you have your own opinion on these teams and their consequential effects on the league. So if you do have an opinion, put it down below in the comments. I would love to know. Other than that, fellas, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, please drop a like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and I will be talking to you guys soon. Goodbye.